Welcome to the People Pleaser Support Group, where we hold space for each other's healing journey with understanding, non judgment, and acceptance. My name is Tina Rose, and I am a recovering people pleaser. I want to talk about today. I had someone over, it was a close relative, for brunch, and it had been a while. But I kind of want to share from once you begin to heal from people pleasing and you begin to be able to see it in other people. And I saw it very strongly today from this other person. And this was without judgment, okay? It's observation. And I often in my life see behaviors in other people and I decide I don't want to be that way. So I'm going to learn what I need to learn and practice what I need to practice to not be that way. And it hasn't been just people pleasing behaviors, it's been all kinds of things like judgmental, angry, whatever. But today, this person, and I love this person, but by the end of the visit, I just felt disheartened, drained because of the other person's deep position in people pleasing. And it doesn't matter what you say or how kind you try to be about it or anything like that. You're not going to change it because they are in survival mode. But at the same time, it can be disheartening and unsettling because you are not really relating to them because you never meet their authentic self, right? They're trying to track you and gauge what you're feeling and thinking to decide how they want to respond to what's being said in the conversation. And there's no stable other person to lean against or other position to lean against. The conversation lacks weight and true rapport. And as people pleasers, when we're deep into it, and we can often contradict ourselves, or a people pleaser can contradict themselves because their statements shift dependent on who they're talking to. Their statements shift depending moment to moment. I know within 3 sentences, there were plenty of times when they contradicted themselves. And it was, a back and forth. So I would say something and that person would respond and then I would respond to them. And their wording would actually contradict the previous points they had said. And it was just hard. It was hard and it was sad because you can't trust what they're saying. It's not their authentic feelings, and you won't really get to know them. But you can't trust their words. It begins to feel like they are just performing to get your approval and acceptance. You can't build intimacy on shifting ground. If you have worked hard to heal a lot of your own unhealthy patterns of communicating, and you've reclaimed your truth. Being around a people pleaser can feel uninteresting and disconnective and unable. You're unable to relate to it. I see their fear when they are responding as a people pleaser. I recognize the cause of their self abandonment, and I see their survival strategy, and I know it's not deception in any malicious way on their part, but it's something that I can't fix by being any clearer or kinder, or even in there's been cases when I have found a way to name what I'm noticing without making it an accusation. And it just, if it plants a seed, it's a very small seed. And, I haven't seen the obvious growth from it, and I'm not out to fix anybody. I've learned that lesson the hard way. But I'm just saying that is the least that um, I could try to do. But in a lot of cases, it is not going to make a difference, at least not an immediate difference. Um, and I'm talking maybe plant a seed that might grow, a quarter of an inch in a decade. I'm just trying to put it in some type of perspective. But yeah, I know that I can't fix people, but trying to be friends with someone who responds only to please others means you are constantly reaching for someone who is not actually standing for anything. And it makes the friendship hard and tricky and draining. Um, you can't really build a rapport that way. So my goal for tonight's video or content was just to talk about my experience from earlier today, in hopes that it would help us get more clarity about these people pleasing patterns that we want to heal. And I don't think I'm going to do an energy healing tonight, a transmission. I know I want to feel a certain way when I do those, and I'm just not feeling that right now. Yeah, because I've just been contemplating the feelings that I had today, after my guests left the house. And I remember just feeling, when I said goodbye at the car and I'm walking back into my house, I just remember how I felt, and it was disheartened. Um, and, and I'm wondering if it was like part of my own experience where I felt low and heavy, from not being my authentic self. And I think that could have been part of it because I could see it in that person. And it's sad. I remember how unhappy I was for so many decades. So, yeah, that had to be part of it. And I'm still kind of sort of sorting that out the rest of this day. And I'm always grateful, and I've already asked my spirit guides, okay, I know this experience is here for me. Show me what I need to see and help me to see it. So, much love to everyone. I hope it brings insight and anything else, that it might help you with. And blessed be.